Um, Hello, my name is Birsa, and this is Eric, and we're going to talk about Slow Up. Um, the purpose of Slow Up is to help minimize burnout. There's a lot of, we all get to work, and burnout can be one of the biggest causes of our productivity to slow down. We can make more mistakes once we burn out. Being burnt out can cause physical and mental health issues. For example, it can cause depression as well. It causes depression. It impacts your life negatively, and then.
Yes. So the solution, as it stands, is going to be web first, but ideally we would build up to be cross-platform. The idea is that you should be able to track your time, right? And then later decide if you want to do anything with it, right? One thing that I hate about using applications nowadays is that every single site requires that you build an account first before you see any piece of content. Before you try out any functionality, you got to give them a whole bunch of data, right? Sometimes even your credit card. So this is a response to that, right? We don't want to ask people for their information from the start. We want to let people just one click to take an action, right? And that action is to start tracking your time. If you want to add a note about what it is that you're working on, you can. If you don't, that's fine. If you want to come back later and see what times you were working and how much time you spent, you can do that. Initially, all your data is saved locally to your device. If you do want to be able to access your data from any device, then you can create an account, but you don't have to. Other features of the application is that it provides different mechanisms for you to track your time. So some people really like timers, some people like stopwatches, some people really like the structured Pomodoro technique, right? So we offer that. We also offer a calendar view of the time that you spent. Now, that time is not editable, so that you can't go back and say, okay, this is what I worked on, but you can see what the time that you tracked. You can edit the comments, the description. And then other features is that we want to be as minimalist as possible. We don't want to get in the way, right? This isn't something that you should have to take more than 10 seconds to learn how to use, right? You see a start button, you click it, and that's it. And that's because we already have enough distractions in our lives. We don't need another application to be one of them. Yeah. So the market is big in terms of just productivity tools. There is already a big market for time tracking applications already. And that market, I believe, is in the billions. There's some numbers up here if you want to take a look, but there's a lot of money going around in terms of helping everybody be productive. The business model, we want to be free. Like I said, this is about getting out of the way, letting you track your time and decide what to do with that information. In order to be sustainable, we do want to offer a paid plan. And right now, the one feature that we would label as paid, or you would have to pay to get access to, is real-time syncing of your timers across devices. Other than that, it's all local. If you create an account, you can see your data, your history from any device. Yep. So this is a wireframe that my wife built for the UI of the application. This is what we're working towards, and then we can show a little demo. All right, so it doesn't look as nice, but hopefully you can see the rough skeleton.
All right, we'll hand it to the judges for some questions.
So is this a Mac app? Mac?
So it's web-based, right? Because we want it to be as accessible for everyone as possible, right? So you don't have to download anything, right? You just, for the most part, any device nowadays has a browser. Just type in the URL and you're good to go.
Any other questions? Joey.
Quick question about the stack. So what did you use to build this application?
Yeah, so right now it's just a single page application. It's just using React. We're using a web worker to do the ticks in terms of time.
Okay.
Just because browsers tend to pause your timers, right? If you run them in the main thread. Yeah, and then we do plan to build dedicated iOS and desktop apps. Personally, I really like a dedicated app. Also because something else that's really important to us is keyboard-first support, right? I really enjoy apps that don't require that you take your hands away from the keyboard. I think is really beneficial to us developers. If you guys have had wrist issues, I've had them in the past. Apps that incorporate that accessibility component are really, really awesome.
All right, and good call on working around the browser limitations.
Any other questions from the judges? All righty. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.